They say that the past is a foreign country and that people do things differently there. But for one of the most famous pop stars on the planet, the past isn't a foreign country. It is a place he visits every single day. We are looking at one of the most complex, publicly scrutinized love triangles in Hollywood history. Just when you think the dust has settled, just when you think the marriage is solid, a notification pops up. A like, a comment, a repost. Is it possible to be married to a supermodel, to have the world at your feet, and yet be mentally trapped in 2016? Today, we are breaking down a series of reports, legal threats, and bizarre social media behavior that suggests Justin Bieber isn't just nostalgic. The evidence suggests he is still obsessed. And his wife, Hailey, isn't just watching from the sidelines. She is fighting a digital war she might already be losing. Welcome to a deep dive into the reality behind the headlines. We have to start with the rumors that have the internet absolutely spiraling. There are persistent reports circulating about a certain singer from north of the border. These reports allege something deeply unsettling about how he conducts his private life. The claim is that this singer still possesses clothing belonging to his famous ex-girlfriend. But he isn't just keeping them as keepsakes in a box in the attic. The allegation is that he has current hookups wear the old outfits that his ex once wore. Let that sink in for a second. There's a lot to unpack here because the implications are disturbing. We know who the singer is. We know who the ex is. If these reports are true, it throws the entire fidelity of his current marriage into question. Is Hailey Bieber unknowingly wearing old Selena Gomez outfits? Or, perhaps even darker, is he having other women wear them? The commentary surrounding this situation suggests a level of fixation that goes beyond simple nostalgia. People are asking, why in the world would Justin Bieber still have some of Selena's clothes? But the internet detectives have gone a step further. Allegations have surfaced in the comments claiming that he interacts with these items in a very visceral way, sniffing old shoes and old clothing. It sounds like fan fiction. It sounds like a horror movie. But when you look at the public behavior, like the trash bags of donations that sit in trunks for months, something many of us are guilty of, it paints a picture of a man who cannot let go of physical reminders of the past. For a multi-millionaire pop star to reportedly hoard the clothing of the ex-girlfriend who defined his prime years is a psychological red flag waving in the wind. But if you think the clothes are the smoking gun, wait until you see the digital footprint. It happened while the world was sleeping, or rather while the fans were wide awake. I woke up to a boatload of messages. Phones were blowing up. People were sending screen recordings, terrified that if they didn't capture it, it would vanish. Because that is the pattern with the Biebers, isn't it? A slip of the finger, followed by a claim of being hacked. Justin Bieber's official account was caught liking a comment under a throwback photo of him and Selena Gomez. But it wasn't just any comment. The comment read Vivan los novios. That translates to long live the couple or long live the newlyweds. And he liked it. This wasn't a recent photo. This was a post from 2016. Do you know how deep you have to scroll, or how specific your search has to be, to find a comment on a fan page regarding a photo from nearly a decade ago? This is intentional. At this point, many are inclined to believe this is done on purpose. The Biebers seem to be some of the only people who experience Instagram hacks or glitches to this specific extent, this often, and it is always relating to Selena. He is openly living in his prime years of 2016. It is almost sad. You look at this behavior and you think, it is time to move on. You have a wife. You have a life. But he is interacting with content that alludes to him and Selena being soulmates. And you would think, after this big chunk of time, that he and Hailey would be in a solid enough place where Selena Gomez isn't still up for discussion. But while Justin is taking trips down memory lane, Hailey's social media activity paints a picture of a woman screaming for help, or perhaps, a woman who is finally fed up. We witnessed Hailey reposting a video that contained a scathing analysis of their relationship. Now, celebrities repost things all the time, but this video was different. It discussed how toxic and abusive the dynamic is, and how addicted Justin is. The video essayist made a profound point regarding the psychology of their relationship. They stated that most long-term relationships that we romanticize only work because the woman is a tolerant codependent. It went on to define that tolerance as tolerating mediocrity, tolerating abuse, and doing the majority of the domestic and emotional labor just to keep the prize of the relationship. Hailey Bieber reposted this. The wife reposted a video calling her husband addicted and abusive and labeling herself a codependent who tolerates mediocrity. But here is the plot twist. Not long after, the creator of that video received a cease and desist letter from attorneys representing Hailey Bieber. The creator stated that they received a letter attempting to intimidate and silence them. To post a story acting unbothered, but now trying to sue the person who noticed it, is a chaotic strategy. It suggests panic. It suggests a loss of control. If the marriage was a fortress, the walls are crumbling from the inside. This brings us to another report that dovetails perfectly with this legal drama. It is pretty tough for a rich A-list makeup celebrity to win any kind of legal argument when her husband is trolling her online and sucking up to his longtime ex, who happens to be her hated enemy. That behavior seems abusive. It kind of does seem abusive, this social media game they are playing, especially when it is at this kind of scale. They have millions and millions of followers. They understand the repercussions of these little moves on social media. The public sentiment is harsh. Comments suggest that she deserves this because she fought to be in this relationship with her life. She knew who he was. The narrative is that she just wanted the last name as a prize because he was the hottest male pop star out there, and the girls were fighting for a small piece of him. But even with that last name, many do not agree with the status she has achieved. One person commented that it was very embarrassing and that Hailey should have divorced him by now. So Justin is liking comments about Selena being his soulmate. He is reportedly keeping her old clothes. What does Hailey do? Does she divorce him? Does she leave? No, it looks like maybe Hailey is trying to get back at him. We saw that she recently liked a throwback picture of herself and her ex together. The internet immediately assumed this was retaliation. The narrative writes itself. Justin likes his ex, so Hailey likes her ex. Nobody really cares about her ex the way they care about Justin and Selena, but the timing is suspicious. Why is she liking this now? One person said they aspire to be this level of petty. The idea of them doing this under the same roof is suffocating. Are Hailey and Justin liking these comments and these posts, and then getting into bed at night and sleeping next to each other, pretending nothing has happened? Are they just waiting for this tsunami of headlines and people to go and talk about it on social media, and then they confront their problems? Either way, this is so unhealthy. However, as with everything in this saga, the truth is messier. When we looked closer at this alleged retaliation, we found out very quickly that the gentleman in the photo with Hailey is not her ex-boyfriend. You would look at them and think they are a perfect couple, imagining the beautiful, privileged bobbies they would have. But the truth is, that gentleman is simply a friend. He is gay. So Hailey's attempt at jealousy, if that is what it was, fell flat. She liked a photo of a friend. Meanwhile, Justin is liking comments declaring his ex-girlfriend his soulmate. The scores are not even. We are left with a portrait of a marriage that seems to exist primarily for public consumption, yet is being destroyed by public participation. The obsession with Selena Gomez needs to stop. But it seems like the only person who can stop it is the one person who refuses to let it go. The drama between Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber continues, and the ghost of 2016 is still haunting their home.